naturally.
Yeah.
I feel like when it's forced, it's annoying.
Yeah.
We already started.
Okay.
Yep. All right. Well,
I thought you might be tricking me.
Yeah, I was tricking you a little bit. We're gonna start naturally because I like it better that way. It's
Unless
more
you're going
organic.
live, then you do the 5, 4.
Yeah, we're not going live.
No.
We have nothing to prove. Well, all right. Welcome to the 1-2 podcast. I'm Dom.
Danny.
And this is where we go over last week's MMA and speculate about future MMA predictions. So I have a feeling this episode is going to be 235 exclusive almost.
Pretty much. And then a little bit about
237, 236.
Fight night.
Yeah. All right.
Oh,
yeah, that one too.
Yeah.
235. Here's a hot take. It's the best card that's happened in the last 2 years.
Last
2018 and 2019. I don't think...
Ooh.
229 is a close second.
229 was good.
Was good, but I think this is better.
Ooh. That's
My bad.
232 was amazing for me.
Really?
Yeah. Seeing Amanda Nunes.
Yeah, that was a good one. Oh. But I just feel like that the John Jones fight left a little bit to be desired.
Yeah.
But
the co-main was so... I high-fived my brother. I've never had that happen.
Where it's like, yeah. 229 was really good.
229 was
My balls was hot. That's 229, right?
Yeah.
Tony Ferguson Pettis.
Yeah. Habib Connor.
Yeah.
That fight...
It was all right. They give it a ton of shit, but it was all right.
That fight was amazing in my opinion.
It was okay.
Like top tier.
Like top 5 fights ever?
No, but like that's like...
It's a good fight.
You see that fight?
Well,
you leave satisfied.
Yeah, it's more like it was a masterwork.
Yeah.
Like it was pure dominance.
Yeah.
Like personified.
There was like 3 minutes where it looked
competitive.
Where it looked like, oh, this might be somewhat competitive, and then
it was like the first 30 seconds, and Connor's takedown defense was like, oh, maybe it's good, and then Habib's like, that's funny, and takes him down and proceeds to just. That's in a way, it's kind of what happened. Kamaru Usman, Tyron Woodley.
I didn't get to see that fight.
I can't believe you. I thought you of all people would have saw that fight.
I talked so much shit about how good Tyron was.
Yeah, you said he was the most...
I think he has one of the most complete skill sets and attributes
a fighter can have. I would typically agree.
But Usman...
That fight was very confusing to me. Not in the sense that I didn't know what was happening, but seeing Tyron Woodley look so low energy was absolutely ridiculous. His takedown defense got absolutely nullified. Yeah. So Usman just had him against the fence for rounds, and Mark Goddard would stand them up in moments where it was like, why are you standing them up? In moments where it was like Usman was about to secure like a full mount takedown or things like that, where he was seconds away, and then Mark Goddard would be like, all right, well, this is a fight. And like saying stuff like that, it's like, bro, you as an MMA ref should know better than anyone what goes on the ground.
Yeah.
You can't just say this is an MMA fight. Wrestling is probably the most needed skill.
I'd say it's wrestling, boxing, jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, and then like Muay Thai fits in with like karate type.
Right. And I think like for certain people, I think it's all on a spectrum. So if someone's just like, an
Israel Adesanya
or a Machida, or their stand-up is just unreal,
and then they can deny the takedown,
right? Then it doesn't have to be as good.
Yeah.
But I think the greatest fighters of all time all seem to have like pretty significant skill in all of those. And it usually just because he retired, I think of George St. Pierre recently. Yeah. His striking is extremely good. Yeah. But over the years, his wrestling became his main component because I think he realized, wait, I don't have to take any damage and I can beat the shit out of people and get paid.
Yeah, why not?
Oh, I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
Because
he did get criticized for his fights not being the most exciting, which I think is why he stopped himself from being like a superstar.
Yeah. I think...
Plus, he didn't talk.
He didn't talk a ton of shit. The most disrespectful thing he ever said was, I am not impressed. I was not impressed by your performance.
Are you still drunk, Mike?
Just to put that into perspective, like,
He's such a nice guy.
He's a good guy. I mean, I don't know him. He might be a total dick, but he seems like a really nice guy.
Yeah.
So let's start. Do you want to start from?
I'd say we start with Diego Sanchez versus Mickey Gall.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then do you want to do Johnny Walker?
Go all the way
Okay.
up.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So give me your impressions of that first.
I missed the first 30 seconds of that fight, but Diego Sanchez looked real. He's still got it.
He's still got it. I mean, to be in the UFC, you have to have a remnant, at least a remnant of what you once had.
Mm-hmm.
Keep in mind, though, I don't think Mickey Gall was the highest level competition for him.
No.
Mickey Gall. Wait, what was his last win? Was
Mickey
it CM
Gall?
Punk?
No,
Or-
he fought some George Sullivan.
Did he win?
Yeah, it's rear naked. Dude, all of his wins are rear naked choke. He's like the reverse Rumble.
I think it was a decent fight. It wasn't bad. Diego Sanchez still has it, and Mickey Gall is he's not ready for the big time.
Yeah, all that fight proved was that he's just young.
Yeah, right.
He's just young. He's 27. He's got solid jiu-jitsu, but we just saw that that's all you got.
It's not going to work. Right. Exactly. Yeah, if you can't secure if you're telling me that if you can't secure a rear naked choke, then you're fucked. I mean, it takes a lot to get on someone's back.
Yeah.
So it's like maybe find another, either like a submission. I feel when you look at the the greatest jiu-jitsu fighters of today, like if I think of Ortega. Oh God. Like
so
a lot of their submissions aren't coming from extremely complicated. It's just super fundamental, and it's taken to the next level. So if someone was to just like train constantly at one submission, I would bet you that they would get that submission a lot more often, especially like stuff like a triangle or like simple things that you learn like almost like pretty quick if you're doing the MMA route of jiu-jitsu. Yeah. I feel like not enough people are like, all right, let me focus on this one aspect rather than
maybe focus on the setups for this.
Yeah,
the submission itself.
Right.
How to even set up the setups.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. But
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a good fight. What's the next one?
Johnny Walker versus
Yes.
Kirkunov.
Very impressed.
I'm very impressed.
Very impressed with Johnny Walker.
But do not throw him to the wolves. And even he has said, let me develop. I want to see him fight another. I believe that was an unranked fight.
Yeah.
Am I stupid?
No, that was unranked.
I mean, yeah, I am, but not because of that. Yeah, that was an unranked. Give him another one, then give him a top 15, top 10, top 5 contender champion.
Given that he wins all of them.
Or give him top 5, yeah.
What's his reach? His reach is 82, right?
I think it's 78 or
I think it's 82.
I don't know.
I think that his dimensions are the perfect dimensions to even challenge a John Jones type.
Okay, Johnny Walker is now ranked 15.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Good for him. Congrats, Johnny.
Yeah. So I believe, unless that was last. No, I think this is pre-up. I don't think they've updated the rankings yet. Because Misha is higher than him.
Oh.
Maybe you give him Ilir Latifi if you really want to throw him in, but I would say Teixeira or OSP.
Mm-hmm.
OSP would be a good proving.
OSP would be good.
But
because he still definitely has it, but he's not the OSP of old.
No.
You know what I mean?
OSP has been a pretty good gatekeeper.
Oh, yeah.
But
Dominic Reyes was his last fight at 229.
Yeah.
That was a good fight.
That was a boring fight.
I mean, it wasn't the most exciting. Didn't he get a knockout at the end?
That was the controversy. He got knocked down at like 4:59.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was a knockout because
it wasn't.
He looked
semi there.
He looked at the bare minimum just he could have taken a few more shots before the ref stepped in.
Right.
I think you should have gave him the benefit of the doubt.
I think Johnny Walker has had 3 fights in the UFC, and I think combined it's less than 3 minutes of actual action with his 3 fights.
He's got weird power.
Yeah, it's like Yoel Romero-esque.
Yeah, there was a clip of him, and he just kind of backhands a guy, barely, and the guy drops.
Yeah.
And he had landed a kick before that, but it was
I would like. I want to see more of him.
Yeah.
If they were smart, I think they'd put him in as soon as possible. He had that. He celebrated. Did you see that?
Yeah, that was weird.
And he ended up like dislocating his shoulder or something. It was a mild. They called it a mild injury.
They said 4 weeks of
yeah,
rehab or something.
yeah, they'll be fine. I think you put him
in June.
Yeah,
May.
like ASAP.
Yeah.
As soon as he's willing to go in, and yeah, give him OSP.
Give him an improving fight, but also something that he can definitely win.
Yeah. You don't want to He seems, I don't know, he's gotten a weird amount of hype.
Yeah, yeah.
It's kind of strange, isn't it?
Yeah. Like, some people were asking for him versus Gustafsson. And I was just thinking, what are you talking about?
Yeah, that's the fight that a lot of people are saying.
I think he beat John Jones in the first fight. Don't
put him against Gustafsson.
God,
that's not the next step.
He might
it's not.
Beat him, but God damn.
I mean, everyone's got a puncher's chance.
Yeah.
But
he looks really slick, but
give him one more fight in between that.
Yeah.
Give him one, and then give him Gustafsson, and then give him John if he beats Gustafsson.
That's still a big if. Gus is really good.
He's really good. And just because he got beaten by John Jones, everyone thinks like he's not legit. He is top 10 greatest light heavyweights of all time, unquestionably.
He arguably beat DC and John.
Yeah.
Had the judges seen it differently,
he would be the GOAT right now.
Isn't that interesting?
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
John would have definitely gotten the immediate rematch, and I think one of the scariest things about John Jones is he's such a fast learner. Mm-hmm. And I think he would have lost the second fight if it went that way. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. That's probably not the next fight for Johnny Walker. Take it slow.
I'd say
you don't want to derail a hype train.
If you want to be crazy, maybe do Johnny Walker Shogun.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be fun.
That'd be all right.
Walker, Teixeira, Manua.
I wouldn't mind Walker Ozdemir. Ozdemir's on a... Are they similar in ranking at this point?
No, Ozdemir's ranked 5.
He's still ranked 5?
Yeah.
What Walker's 15?
Yeah. That's a giant
That's a big jump, but I think that'd be a good fight. We really haven't seen enough of Johnny Walker to speculate.
Yeah.
The flying knee that he had,
solid.
So impressive, because usually like it makes more sense to like clinch up and do that, like clinch up and knee, or just like at least get a hold of the guy. It kind of just looked like he used his shoulders as like a propelling mechanism and just launched his knee into the guy's fucking chin. Like, it was
vicious.
He's ultra athletic. I can't really say much more about Johnny Walker because we've seen a minute and a half of him. But I'm very excited. I think he's going to bring some much needed some life into the light heavyweight division.
That's for sure.
Some personality.
Yeah, minute 57, 15 seconds, 36.
Yep. It's pretty insane.
Crazy.
It's pretty insane. It's less than 3 minutes.
Plus his first on the Contender Series,
I love that.
That was a decision, but
the Contender Series has some really good fights.
Is like a knockout.
What was the fight after that? Was it Zabit Jeremy?
Roundtree Jr. Ooh, that is jacked.
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
I was sleeping. Before the main card.
Right,
but
so Zabit Stephens.
Zabit, do you know how to say his last name?
Zabit Magomed Sharipov.
Yeah, I learned it that night because I was like,
Magomed
Sharipov. All right, I love this fight. I thought it was a really good fight.
Jeremy Stephens is entertaining because whenever you have somebody like with power like Stephens, you blink and
right. That's why I was rooting for Zabit because I mean
for Stephens.
Yeah, right. I like Zabit because when you see a lot of Russian fighters, the thing that they lack is like any sort of personality. Mm-hmm. With him, like at the end of round 2, he like pushed Stephens and he knew that he won the round. He talks shit, and it's so much cooler to talk shit when you're Russian, and like it's scarier too because the accent.
He looks like a neckbeard.
Yeah, and he just kicks the shit out of these guys.
He looks like a 40-pound neckbeard.
And also,
that's the best thing about him.
He's so well-rounded. He's really
I
well-rounded.
think you can. There's certain fighters in the UFC where they show a lot of promise, and they have all these special moves, but I think they lack the fundamentals.
Mm-hmm.
I think Zabit is kind of an example of that.
Really?
Yeah. I think he's got all this great stuff, but if he just focused on the fundamentals more, he would be much better off.
I think I liked his striking against Jeremy Stevens, and Jeremy Stevens is not a joke.
No.
Like, if you do not take every second of the fight seriously, if he catches you, you're probably unconscious.
Yeah, they don't move.
You're definitely on the floor.
He won't move.
You won't move. But I don't know. I think his footwork was solid. I think Jeremy had the better footwork for sure, but that's to be expected. He's a veteran at this point. But I think he proved that he can strike with some of the most elite featherweight strikers. There's not many featherweight strikers I would put above him, above Stevens. I'd probably Aldo, Holloway. I don't know if I'd put Ortega above him.
No.
Probably not.
If you want to throw Zabit to the wolves, you could do him versus Frankie.
I wouldn't be mad at that. I think
if Max.
I want that. Well, that's the thing. I want to see where Max is going with this. Does he plan on defending both if he wins?
I don't know.
I feel like he would, but who knows?
Is he going to count as a double champ?
Yeah, if he wins the belt.
Yeah, that's weird.
Interim championship's still a championship, baby. Let's go. But
the best is blessed, baby.
I don't know. I'm kind of sick of the UFC being like they're really going all in with this double champ shit.
Yeah.
And I'm not against it, but like, why does every champion have to try and be a double champion?
Yeah.
Out of all the champions, all right. So Cejudo was planning on fighting Dillashaw at 135 from all the speculation. So he's trying to be a double champion. Mm-hmm. Dillashaw
I think Cejudo's kind of already double champion.
I'm not mad at it. Dillashaw already tried, so that's 2 out of 2.
Holloway's
about to try. That's 3 out of 3. Mm-hmm. Habib, he's fine, but the guy before him was the first double champ. Woodley, it's fine. Whitaker's fine. I feel like John Jones might try and be a double champ.
Yeah.
I feel like
versus DC.
Yeah, I feel like that's DC's last fight. I don't know, man. That's a scary ass one. And
I think DC
so is it really?
Yep, at heavyweight, I think his DC more than anyone knows how to pressure John Jones. Mm-hmm. I have not seen anybody else do it.
Yeah.
Right.
I would agree.
But he does.
Because he
hits him. And with DC's power at heavyweight, he will knock you out.
Yeah.
He's not like
it's not the same DC.
He's not like turn off the lights with one punch power.
Right, but he'll knock you over, and if he knocks you over, you're on the ground and you're getting top mounted by probably the second best wrestler of all time.
In UFC.
Yeah. Well, now probably second best. Him or Askren. Cejudo. We'll wait. We got a few more. So, overall, I was very satisfied with the Zabit Stevens fight. What's next? What do you think's next for Zabit? And what's next for Stevens?
Okay, so
I don't know who to give to
Zabit,
Stevens.
Cub Swanson?
Yeah, that's reasonable.
Moicano?
I don't know.
Volkanovski?
I think both of those guys, are they ranked higher than him at this point?
Everybody I listed was ranked.
Yeah, I think both of those guys deserve bigger fights. I think maybe Moicano
Volkanovski would make sense.
Yeah, that would make sense. Either one of those guys against Aldo would make sense.
Aldo? What do you do with him? You send him up to lightweight, honestly.
He said he has 2 more fights left in him.
Really?
Yeah, he said he has 2 more. He's
old.
battle tested. Yeah. Like he's MMA old. He's been around for a while. But he said I think 2 or 3. 2 or 3. Yeah, I think the last fight he had was the 3rd out of the ones he was talking about. So if he has 2 more, I say you give him a championship shot. But you don't want to put him against Max Holloway again. That'll be the retirement fight. Yeah. Max might actually murder him this time. Like it gets worse every time I watch those fights because I think those are the fights where you see Max Holloway turn into Max Holloway. Mm-hmm. Like, those are the ones where it's really like, holy shit.
He's scary.
He's on another level. And then the Ortega one was his, like, okay, I'm like going to turn up the dial a little bit. It's like his, like, so far, it's like his magnum opus fight. Like, everything about that fight was perfect. So now I'm like, what's next? With his Dustin Poirier fight, like, if he avenges that, if he fights at 155 and beats Poirier, that makes him undisputably the best featherweight of all time somehow.
Yeah, he'd have like 2 losses that were unavenged.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, how many losses does he have in the UFC? 2?
Not a lot.
Or maybe 1 or 2. 1 or 2 or 3.
I think he's lost to Conor and Dustin.
Yeah, I think that's
and Dennis Bermudez.
Oh, well, I mean,
his 5th fight was in UFC.
Yeah.
Dear God.
Yeah. Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
You have 4 fights and then Dana White calls. Like, how would you like to fight Dustin Poirier? Dude, that was his first fight.
Oh, no.
That was his introduction fight.
Yeah, and how long had Dustin already been in the promotion?
I mean, probably not long. He's young too, but still.
That was his 4th fight in the UFC.
Oh, geez. Well, that is quite a bit. Mm-hmm. I think it was Max Holloway's first 4 opponents between each other had more than 100 fights.
Holy.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, that's weird.
Like, but besides the point.
Yeah, we're getting off track.
Wait.
We can talk about Max Holloway.
Yeah, we can talk about him all day. What were we talking
about? Zabit.
Oh.
What's next for Stevens?
For Stevens, give him someone within from
Yair.
Yeah, that'd be good as fuck. Yair. That'd be a really good fight. I think that's good. And I think if Stevens beats Yair, probably puts him back in the top 5, top 4. If Yair beats Stevens, I think he has maybe one more fight before he gets a shot. Like, I really like Yair Rodriguez. He's exciting to watch. But
God, Jeremy Stevens' record.
I know it's not great.
It doesn't show
how good he is. Yeah, I know.
But he's got wins over RDA.
Mm-hmm.
The damaged Darren Elkins. Henan Barao, Dennis Bermudez. I mean, let's be real. Henan Barao, post USADA.
I think post TJ Dillashaw, Henan Barao's 2-7.
Yeah, it's not good.
It's really bad. He folds as soon as he gets punched.
But
so for him, yeah, someone from the 6 to 10 range.
Yeah.
It's right. Yeah, and then for Zabit, I think you give him anyone in the top top 3 or 4.
Frankie, give him a
Frankie. Wrestler. Yeah, but his wrestling's legit too.
Yeah, but see how good
is back. Yeah.
Because I haven't seen a whole lot of Zabit.
Me either. I haven't seen a ton. I don't know either of those.
I saw him at 223 against Kyle Bochniak because I really paid attention to that fight. My brother goes to the same boxing gym as Kyle Bochniak.
Yeah.
So he was really drunk when he watched that fight. So he was like, "Dude, I think Kyle's got this. I think he's up 2 rounds." And I was looking at him like,
"What are you talking about?
You must be wasted."
Yeah, I think
that was a beatdown.
Yeah, it was. It was not even close. I would like to see. I don't know, man.
But
Zabit versus. I don't know. I don't want to feed him to the wolves, so I'm not gonna say Brian Ortega. Frankie Edgar seems reasonable. Mm-hmm. I like that. All right, so next to the first fight on the main card, Pedro Munoz versus Cody Garbrandt.
Kobe Gebhardt. Dude, I was so disappointed.
I was sad. I actually was really sad.
You could see it. He hurt him, and the TJ flashbacks just happened.
Yeah.
And he just starts going balls.
Did you hear what he said? Did you see his statement on Instagram?
No.
It was just like, kill or be killed, baby. And it's just like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why do you not want to win? He's post Dominic Cruz defeat, he is 0-3. From championship to 3 consecutive losses. What does this mean for his career? I don't think the UFC will cut him.
For a second, I was thinking, oh man, he might get cut.
I know, but his fights are so exciting. That was probably the best round of the night. Top 3 rounds of the night was that first round of that fight. The only round of that fight. I put that at number 1.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Oh my god, those are great. But
Garbrandt.
What's Lineker? I guess
Rivera.
Like, I don't know. Like, because
Dodson
his
and
skill
Cody.
level is so obviously above these people, but his fight IQ is that of an 8-year-old. Like, why on earth? Okay, so he was getting rocked. Let's just do a recap. He was getting, like, pieced up. Not rocked, but he was getting pieced up. And then you think he's like, you're like, oh, God, it's going to be like a brutal end to the round, but at least he'll make it to round 2. He comes out of nowhere and starts firing shots. So it's kind of like a back and forth. And then both of those motherfuckers put their hands down, full chin exposed, just swinging left to right. And it's like, what is happening?
Yeah, and Cody had him hurt.
Yeah,
He hurt
exactly.
him,
He
abandoned.
And then he abandoned the entire game plan, and then they started swinging. Pedro was unfortunately the first one to land the shot that one of them was looking for. Rocks Cody.
Yeah.
Cody it gets stopped.
Even when I saw it in live, it looked
like it.
just like
TJ Dillashaw. Yeah.
The way he throws the
and
hook,
even the face that he makes, like after he gets punched, it's like, where am I? Like, it was a correct stoppage. That was one of the. It was one of the most exciting rounds, but also at the same time one of the most disappointing, because I want Cody Garbrandt to be great, and I want him to prove everyone wrong. But from what we've seen, his skill level is that of a number 1 contender. His skill level is that of a champion. He beat Dominic Cruz.
And he almost beat TJ.
Yeah. But he just doesn't make those decisions. He doesn't care about himself enough. Yeah. He doesn't have any self-preservation, where he really doesn't. You do need that, you know?
Yeah.
So ultimately, it was a great. If I didn't love Cody Garbrandt so much, and I don't really know why I do, if I didn't like him so much, I would have been like, holy shit, that was a great fight.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I was just really sad because. And did you hear the post-fight interview where Pedro Munoz was like, "This is exactly what we planned to do," and it's like. That's
Did they know?
That's what they said. They said they knew he would put his hands down, and either that was. They might be lying because, like, how are you like? All right, although
they might know, hey, this guy
loves to get in wars.
This guy will hurt you.
So just start swinging.
But he's gonna drop.
He's gonna drop his hands, and it's not like something where it was like all 3 times. It was like just like a lucky shot. When he fires his right or vice versa, drops the other hand.
Yeah,
it's really bad. It's really bad.
That's what I do when I'm hitting the bag.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what it looks like. It looks like he was just yamming on a bag. Because I was like, when you look at the replay, so he fires, I don't know if it was a right or left hook, but he fires like one of those, and then he completely drops his hand and just gets clipped. But if his hands would have been up, it wouldn't have, like, I don't think it would have rocked him at all. It might have rocked him, but it wouldn't have knocked him out, and he would have survived till the next round, and he probably would have won.
Yeah.
But
he's got the power.
He's got the power, and he's got the speed, and he's got the footwork. And his personality in the octagon is top 5. Outside of the octagon, it's a different story. But, like, his showboating is so fucking fun to watch. Like, that Dominic Cruz fight, ultimately, it was kind of an ass beating, but he made it exciting all 5 rounds.
Yeah, because he knows he's better than you.
It was pretty sad, pretty disappointing. I like Cody Garbrandt. I hope he makes a comeback. But
at this point, he might have been chinned.
You think so?
I've always had the thought that he has a good chin.
Mm-hmm.
r/MMA seems to disagree with that.
His coach, his previous coach, it was some coach that got fired from Team Alpha Male, and he was like, he was the one who made the game plan for Dominic Cruz when he won, and then he was fired after. And he was talking about it, and he was like, the way the guys train at Team Alpha Male, chins are deteriorated by probably like a decade. Like, they just go so hard. And we've seen footage of it. Like, you've seen the footage of Cody and TJ that was released before the first fight. Like, they go hard. And not to say that it's not a good thing to go hard and simulate what it's going to be like in that octagon, but you can't do that 100% of the time.
No. There was a story about Brendan Schaub, how he would, you know what I'm talking
Yep.
about.
Him and Andrei Arlovsky.
Or something like that.
At the last 15 or 10 seconds.
Yeah.
they would just
Meet in the
put
center and just-
hands down and throw. Like
That's why his chin sucked.
yeah,
Can
because
you imagine if he didn't do that? He had good wrestling.
really good
power.
wrestling. Yeah. He beat Crow Cop, right?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Dude, he could have been legit.
He could have been, but I mean, and it's not to say that that's the only reason why he's not the UFC champion. Like there were other reasons, there were better fighters, but
And it's a shame because I love Brendan.
he's super. I'm so glad he's so articulate and that he found a career pathway outside of MMA. Like there's fighters who kind of their chin deteriorated and they ended up leaving, and then it kind of ended up making it like worse. Chuck Liddell comes to mind as someone who was like one of the greats, and then after their chin deteriorated, they kind of left MMA, and then they didn't do anything else. I think he was in like a movie one time.
Yeah.
Probably wasn't great. I don't feel like that guy has serious acting chops. But what's the next fight? Tisha Torres versus
Weili Zhang.
It was all right.
It was. I only saw the first round.
I saw it. I watched the whole card.
I had to replace my girlfriend's tire.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Rough.
So I missed 2 rounds of that fight, and then Askren and Usman.
Damn.
Such a shame.
I would have told her to change it by
when
herself.
When I came back down, it was like this fight was all Usman. I was like, "What are you
What
talking
happened?
about? What?"
Yeah, we'll get to that, but it was a good fight. It was what's her last name?
Zhang.
Torres. Clearly outclassed Torres. It was pretty decisive.
In the first minute, I saw her hands up, open and up high. I was like, "This girl knows how to strike."
Yeah. And I think a big part of it is within women's MMA. I don't think this is sexist, but if it is, I'm very sorry. I'll probably edit this out if it comes off really wrong. But I think just the skill level leaves space for there to be vast like differences.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like in rankings, there's a difference between Amanda Nunes and the number 2 contender. It would not be a close fight.
Whack.
It would not be a close fight.
Yeah. Whereas I mean strawweight, flyweight, it's Valentina, and then everybody else, I can't. Who is there?
Right.
I honestly don't even know most of these people.
Right. So I think that.
Whoa.
What?
Sorry to. This is the first time I've ever seen this. Joanna is ranked 4 in flyweight and ranked 2 in strawweight. I've never seen someone
be ranked on 2. Me either. I've seen people on like
pound for pound in their weight class, but
or like that's
when
weird.
that cowboy moves down, he leaves the welterweight rankings,
right?
And then appears on the lightweight. That's really weird. I mean, but it also makes sense.
Yeah, because I don't know.
But
I'd probably do that for John Jones.
I'd say strawweight definitely has the highest talent pool.
Yeah, for sure.
Closest to women's, the average size.
And that's not at all saying that like women aren't as athletically talented as men. It's just a younger sport.
Yeah.
How long has women's MMA been going on? Like 5 years? 5, maybe less.
And the champion was so one-dimensional.
Yeah. It's just a younger sport.
Yeah. Amanda Nunes is the first I think we've seen of like a truly
mixed martial artist through and through.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. Her
Whereas
striking is
Joanna,
just ridiculous.
she was kind of like an Israel Adesanya. Mm-hmm. Great striking, and then stops the takedown.
Yeah, I agree. I like Joanna a lot. I like Joanna a lot.
Same thing as Cody, 0-3. That's rough. Oh wait. No, she beat Torres.
I think she says she has 1 fight left in her, but I might be wrong.
Oh damn! What did she do after that then?
I don't know. She seems like a personality. She'll definitely get a spot doing something on the UFC.
Yeah. She could be like a promoter or something.
Yeah, something like that.
She could be like in charge of
a coach,
the women's or
striking coach somewhere. Yeah. Who knows? Possibilities are endless. Next fight, Robbie Lawler versus Ben Askren.
Oh man,
this fight.
When I saw the result, I was thinking, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah.
I was hoping Robbie Lawler. And I was like, the talent pool is higher.
Yeah.
But also elite wrestler. So
elite. Probably the best.
One of the best wrestlers.
One of the best in welterweight.
Yeah.
There's so much good wrestling in welterweight right now.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
Oh my God.
Usman, Woodley, Covington.
It's in okay. Woodley,
Askren.
Covington, Usman. RDA has decent wrestling.
Yeah.
Robbie Lawler also has decent wrestling.
Decent.
Askren.
You have to have decent wrestling to suplex Ben Askren. Oh my God. I thought he died. I was like, Danny got his wish. Ben Askren is dead.
And, oh, man. So I missed the fight. And then later that night, I look at the highlights. And Askren goes for a takedown in the first,
10 seconds.
Which, honestly, is a terrible sign.
It's not
that
good.
your striking is
his
horrible.
striking is so underdeveloped. I was like,
thinking,
what?
Oh, no. That means he's not gonna serve. If somebody can defend the takedown,
Well, okay, the thing is,
he's gonna die.
why on earth would you put him against Darren Till? Why is everyone putting him against these knockout artists? That's not a good fight for Askren.
But also, if you can get him down, I think also though, I
feel like
Till can just reject takedowns.
He's so
'cause
strong.
He's so big.
Yeah, exactly.
He's
He'll
so
be like,
big.
nah, fuck you.
He can just do it through raw power.
If he can get 1 round total of stand up, I think he could beat Ben Askren.
I think anybody with 1 round.
It was his. I don't know how he did it. That's the thing where it's like, how has he won 18 fights? How many significant strikes did he have? And I don't think he had a significant strike against Robbie Lawler.
Let's look this up.
Maybe not many at all. Probably an unusually low amount. Because so the fight starts off, goes for a takedown, right? Doesn't get it.
Yep.
Ends up kind of on
punch work
and
for a second.
Somehow Robbie grips his leg, picks his ass up, suplexes him right on his head. Yeah. And that's when I was like, okay, his skull just got crushed like a skittle. I was like, I think he might be dead. I was like, I think he might be dead. And then,
dude, sorry to
go for it.
Total strikes. Ben Askren, 3 of 5.
Mm-hmm. That seems and I guarantee you is all in the clinch.
Yeah, and he's got. I can tentatively say, is that the right word? Tentatively?
Sure, definitively.
Yeah, that's what that means, right?
Sure.
Tentatively say that, and I'm a thick boy.
Yeah.
I have a better body than Ben Askren.
Ben Askren has the
weirdest.
He has love handles when he cuts weight, which doesn't really make that much sense. Kind of looks like
he looks like
a small father.
He's got the biggest dad bod.
Yeah, it's not even like a dad bod. It's like someone in the middle of puberty. So it's a weird looking body. But I mean, that being said, he's from Wisconsin, so represent. Yeah. When he got that bulldog choke, I've never been in a room louder. It was with my friends, and I told them that he was from Wisconsin, so obviously they're gonna rep him because they don't know that much about MMA. Yeah. But he was just getting the shit beat out of him, and
ground and
oh my gosh, I was like,
that's the third most vicious ground and pound I've ever seen.
If the ref would have stopped it, I wouldn't have been mad.
No,
I was like, okay, that's appropriate. Stop it. And then he kept getting punched. I'm like, okay, maybe they should actually stop it. And then somehow he got out of that. Mm-hmm. And then it ended up being 45 seconds of kind of Ben trying to get the back of Lawler, but not really succeeding. Then he finally got that one hook around his neck. Mm-hmm. And the thing that ended up doing him in, Lawler tried to turn out of it and ended up putting his chin right where the crook of Ben's elbow was, which is prime position for a choke. Yeah. So then by then I was like, okay, it's over. Because since then, if you guys didn't know, there's a lot of controversy with the stoppage. Okay, think of this. Ben Askren, one of the most decorated wrestlers. He doesn't look strong, but have you seen that video that's been circulating of him crushing 2 watermelons with each arm?
It's what? That was my reaction.
I was very scared. And if you see that and you're like, okay, he's got the same arm he crushed a watermelon with, which is often used to simulate a human skull in a lot of ballistics testing. That same arm is now around Robbie Lawler's chin and neck. Like, if he pushes too hard, he might send Robbie Lawler's chin through his neck. Like, that's how strong he is. So I'm going to say Robbie definitively wouldn't have got out of that choke.
No.
And while the stoppage,
he might have gotten tired.
I mean, maybe.
That's the thing about this controversy. Is
while it was I think it was an early stoppage, of course, but it was not an unjustified stoppage.
No.
I'm going to say that.
But one thing happened, though. He pulled his arm away from Herb Dean. He was like, "Are you good?" And he pulled his arm away and then gave a thumbs up.
I don't think Herb Dean saw the thumbs up,
no.
or else he would have let it go. But
it was kind of
the thing in the arm dropping. I think he might have gone out for a second.
Maybe.
I feel like that could have been it.
Relax,
right? But like when you're relaxing, you're not just like.
Yeah.
Like your shit doesn't drop. You push it down.
Yeah, or like at the very least, just
very
gently.
Right. But the thing that I heard from, I think Henner Gracie has a YouTube channel, and I was like watching like why this fight was justified stoppage or something like that. And they're like, when you're in the UFC room and they're debriefing you on like how the fight's supposed to go, and the ref is giving you like his like guidelines, the ref, to check if you're unconscious, grabs your hand, and you're supposed to like squeeze the hand. That being said, Robbie Lawler could have just in his like days could have thought that was someone else's hands, because you kind of see him slap it away.
Get away from
like he could have thought it was Ben Askren. It's like this motherfucker has a third arm. But so he doesn't like squeeze the hand, and I think Herb called it as he was doing the thumbs up. So it was a controversial stoppage.
And when you're being choked out, you're not.
It's not like you're like, all right, I gotta squeeze the ref's hand. Like, no, you're trying to survive.
The panic that ensues when your vision starts fading is really weird.
Yeah,
it's the most humanizing feel you'll ever have, at least that I've had.
Right.
You just, oh no,
I'm getting choked,
and I really can't stop this.
Right. Yeah. Right.
It's up to
when you start really getting.
It was my brother choking me. I was like, I'm at the mercy of him right now.
Yeah, he could kill me.
He could kill me.
Right. It's a scary feeling. I mean, that being said, Robbie, well, it's not his first rodeo. Like he knew what was up. At the same time, I think it was an early stoppage. Don't think it's unjustified. Do I want to see that fight again? I think if the fight happens again, I don't know. That was what it was, where it's like if the round would have ended and they go to round 2, I think Robbie wins.
Yeah. Because
he beat the brakes off Ben Askren. That was insane.
Number 1 ground pound I've ever seen was UFC 214. John Jones finishing DC. That was like my first fight that I really watched. That was hate
personified.
I was actually scared.
Yeah, I
was like, this guy's going to get killed.
I've never seen someone like that. There was hate in the punches. It wasn't like I'm trying to win. It was like I'm trying to kill Daniel Cormier.
Yeah, number 2, Habib Connor.
Yep.
That
was really bad.
Hate.
Yeah, of course. The best ones come from hate.
Yeah, and then 3 was Robbie Lawler.
It was really bad. It was really aggressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was oh man, his head was
getting punched up, his chin, like kudos to Ben for staying conscious.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people where if they see Robbie Lawler just punching you in the chin, you're like, all right, it's over. It's Robbie Lawler. And then Ben still got it down in that same round, which I found insane. His recovery is remarkable. But
there's a video of him going for a takedown and getting kneed.
Yeah. Yep, I've seen that by
I don't know.
I think it was Douglas Lima.
Maybe.
When he was in one.
But just the idea of you taking a knee
to the face and you're like, fuck, I don't care.
And you're not even the little bit. I mean, he was definitely rocked by that.
Yeah,
there's no way you can take. But he still got the takedown.
Yeah, when you're in that double leg or single leg position, even if you're rocked, you just got to hold on.
I think definitely he's trained so much that you can just kind of autopilot it.
Yeah, right. But, I mean, yeah, was that your fight of the night?
Probably.
That or the Garbrandt one for me.
That was probably it's pretty similar to Dillashaw Cejudo, where it's like early, but a little early, but it makes sense.
It was good.
It's fine. He saved your life.
Right, exactly. I don't think Lawler's getting out of that, and if you guys disagree, let me know in the comments, but that's just how I feel.
Yeah.
I don't think he gets out. It's Robbie Lawler, but you also have to take into consideration it's Ben Askren.
Yeah.
Like, one of the best wrestlers of all time. So, next fight. Tyron Woodley versus Kamaru Usman.
Wait. Sorry, I'm not done with this.
Yeah, wait, okay.
So, what's next for Askren?
Oh, Darren Till, right?
Darren Till? Well, he's fighting Masvidal.
Winner of that fight.
Okay, that's fair.
That's what Dana said he wants to see a Robbie rematch. And Ben Askren, understandably, exactly, it kind of feels like it. Ben Askren was like not interested.
Askren Colby. If you're gonna give Tyron the rematch against Usman, Askren.
Do you think they will?
Askren Colby?
No. Do you think they give Tyron the rematch?
Maybe, but if
I don't think they do.
Colby will murder Askren.
You think so?
Yes, dude. And here's the thing: I love Robbie Lawler, but let's be real.
He's good.
He's old.
He is old. He's a little
still
bit washed.
ruthless.
To some, I mean, yeah, he proved it.
But you're just not going to be the same fighter.
You can't be. It's not possible.
He's still good, but you beat a ranked 6 old Robbie Lawler.
Yeah.
No disrespect. Robbie Lawler would still beat the shit out of us at the same time.
Oh, Robbie Lawler would murder me within the first round.
Yeah.
It would look like the beginning of that fight, except there's no redemption. It's just I get suplexed and I die. That's the fight. And they're like, oh my God, Dom Yates, former heavyweight, after cutting to 170 pounds, is dead. He's dead.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like one punch, hands up or no, I think it would put me out. Like, but at the same time, in UFC standards, he's not the man he used to be, that's nothing to be ashamed about. We love you, Robbie. You've provided some of the greatest fights of all time,
if not the greatest.
Oh, I think number 1 is him, and then he has a lot of contenders for top 10. But Kamaru Usman, Tyron Woodley, I think this was the most surprising outcome.
Yeah,
by far. It was I
was so confident in Tyron.
You really were, but so was I.
Yeah.
I think we said round 3 knockout.
Yeah,
was our prediction.
Mm-hmm. It's such a shame that I missed that fight.
It did not go that way. So I'll tell.
Was it a good fight? Like how good?
Okay, well, do you really not know that much about it?
I really don't.
Okay, well then I'd love to fill you in because
I also tried to kind of steer away from looking at too much
stuff
because it saves more for this.
Yeah, exactly. The fight was. I mean, if you rewatched it, I don't think you'd love it because it's the fights where it's just about kind of Kamaru had control the entire fight. Yeah. I think it was
it kind of like a Khabib Conor?
Yeah. It was a lot like that where there were moments, I think late in the 4th round, Kamaru and Tyron had some exchanges and it got exciting. But other than that, I think the control time on the ground was 39 seconds to almost 15 minutes.
Oh my.
Like it was a pretty insane ratio. Where,
brutal.
Yeah, it was very
Tyron-esque, honestly.
Yeah, it was not the most exciting fight, but I think Tyron got Tyrant.
Well, I mean, to be honest, neither of those fighters are typically the most.
Exactly. So. That's why I wasn't expecting an exciting fight. I don't think that fight could stand. What?
I was gonna say I thought I saw some 336 strikes to 60. 141 significant to 34.
Yeah.
2 takedowns.
It was pretty hard to watch. And the thing was, I will by no means try and take away any credit from Usman because he won definitively and he's now the welterweight champion of the world, which is probably second most stacked division.
I'd say it's
top 3 for sure.
Top 3. I think it's lightweight.
Yeah, for sure.
Middleweight, then welterweight.
I would agree with that. Top 3. But he beat Tyron Woodley, whose skill set is complete, and I'm never going to take anything away from that. At the same time, Tyron was not Tyron that fight, and I don't know whether it was the style of Usman that nullified him, or it was just not his night.
He said that he wasn't doing what he was supposed to do.
That's correct. You weren't doing what you were supposed to do. But also, it's like people don't just fail to carry out plans. Oftentimes, like when Anthony said, I didn't do what I was supposed to do. You're fighting fucking John Jones. Who does what they're supposed to do?
Yeah.
No one. Because when you get and Gustafson. But when you get in there and across from you is John Jones and you're like, good Lord.
I'm fighting
John Jones, probably the greatest mixed martial artist of all time.
Oh, no. and then he didn't. Well, we'll save that.
We'll save that. But the Usman Woodley fight, it was. I mean, I like those fights. That is extremely impressive if you can hold down Woodley for 25 minutes. That guy has a right hand from hell. He has great takedown defense, and he has amazing wrestling. And you completely just took away every tool that he had. It was impressive. And his post-fight kind of speech after he got the belt was beautiful, and he had his daughter. And
nice.
It seems like a good guy. Like, the lead up to that fight was a little bit more hostile than a lot of Woodley's lead ups. Usually, like even with the Darren Till one, it was like, I respect this guy, blah blah blah.
But I'm gonna
I'm gonna get him. But with this one, it seemed a little bit more hostile, and I don't know. I think Usman almost got in Woodley's head a little bit.
Think so?
Yeah, I do. But I don't know. I think Colby Usman is already confirmed.
Colby Usman?
Yeah.
Really?
I think Colby gets the shot next. Who do you think wins that? I think Usman wins.
I think it's pretty similar styles.
Yeah, I would agree, but
Colby's
I don't think there's a
smaller,
way in hell that Colby beats Tyron and Usman. I think his skill, the next few fights we're going to see, is he rises to the occasion very well.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Like, if it's Maya, he'll adjust himself to do exactly what he needs to do to beat a world-class grappler. If it's Woodley, he'll do exactly what he needs to do to fit the specifications to beat a super good wrestler with a right hand. Like, he's very good at adjusting on the fly.
Yeah.
And so I think that it's going to be like exciting to see what happens.
Yeah.
What was the next fight?
John Jones, Anthony Smith.
Of course.
But
I think John Jones versus Anthony Smith.
it was just sad.
It wasn't surprising.
Yeah.
It was just it was something that
to me it was a little surprising.
I hoped that I wasn't right about what I thought was going to happen, and I ended up being correct.
Yeah.
Where it was just
I just expected Anthony to do more.
Yeah.
That was surprising that he went into survival mode.
I mean, it's hard. I think
that.
I don't know. There was just John Jones does a lot of things that are very thought out. Like, did you see those moments where they were in the clinch and John Jones would jump into Anthony with his shoulder?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like,
it's really
no
weird.
one does that, but that does shit to you. Like, his whole body weight going up and pushing your head up from your neck like that.
I think it's mostly just supposed to irritate you, to get you to want, okay, this is just irritating.
And I think you also, I think it him having such a wide arsenal of both kicks that he displayed and
side kicks were pretty
brutal. And he gives you so much to deal with that you can't focus on your game because you're so busy defending all these different crazy stuff. Where that's why I don't know. I don't think that right now there's a fighter in the UFC that could beat John Jones besides DC at heavyweight.
I think that Anthony Smith could have beat him. You
think so?
Here's the thing. Anthony Smith tried to be like a good striker.
Yeah.
And he is a good striker, but he tried to outclass him.
Yeah.
You are, and I'm going to say this, other than some hints of DC and hints of Gus, you're never going to outclass John at anything.
Yeah. That's why it's so...
You need to just go in and go for the kill.
Like, with a lot of people, it's easy to say how to beat them, hard to execute. Mm-hmm. With John Jones, I couldn't tell you how I think someone could beat this person.
I think Anthony's original plan was, just go in for the kill, just die on your... go out on your shield.
Right.
And I think that's the only way you can beat him. You need to catch him. His boxing defense is a little suspect. It's definitely getting way better.
I think just with his kicks have become, I think, such a huge factor in any fight that he's in that almost becomes his boxing defense. I can understand how a lot of MMA fans would almost find these fights as boring because there's such a lack of conflict.
Yeah.
As in, like, there's not these moments where you're just exchanging.
It's so one-sided.
It's so one-sided.
But not in, like, the fun way where it's like...
it's like,
where Habib is mauling Conor.
Yeah, right.
From top position,
it's not fun
it's
because you're like, this is making me sad. And the thing is, personally, I don't like John Jones that much.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's really not fun because you're like, fuck, I forgot that this guy is probably the best ever.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't know. Maybe Anthony Smith is the guy to beat him. I don't know how legit he is.
He's legit.
I think he's legit, but is he John Jones' opponent legit? You have to be pretty fucking legit. I think the only
You have to be super legit to have even a chance. There's only 2 people that have really ever had a chance. I mean, Vitor got him in an armbar, but
yeah,
that was TRT Vitor.
That was very strange. John Jones he's an enigma. I think I think really the only realistic way of getting this guy is you have to catch him.
Yeah,
and you have to knock him out.
You can't use skill.
And how good's his chin? I don't know.
John's?
Yeah,
it's good enough.
It's good enough, and it's never really been tested to the point where he's like wobbly.
And that's the good thing about John, or the thing that I hate about John is that he never puts himself in a position
to where he can even get caught.
Where his chin has to be tested.
Right.
He's been clipped by DC, and I think he's been a little stunned by him.
Yeah, but
never
rocked. Which, I don't know. That's the thing where it's like, how do you beat a guy who no one has ever beaten?
Mm-hmm. You just got to go for it.
Yeah, I mean, with the Gustafsson fight, I think that did expose a lot of his boxing defense issues and his issues with counters.
Yeah, and he uses his kicks to avoid.
But the thing is, he is like some sort of like a robot where he learns something that doesn't work and immediately adjusts it. Mm-hmm. And that's why
the Floyd Mayweather of the UFC
might be. He'll probably end up even more influential to the sport, I think.
Yeah.
Because not only is his defense good, his offense is ridiculous. Not to say Floyd's offense isn't very good, but I think the level of defense from John, I don't know if it's equal to Floyd's, but the level of offense from Floyd's not equal to John's.
Yeah.
But John will learn, like after that Gustafsson fight, he was probably like, goddamn, he pieced me up a few times.
Mm-hmm. When he got in range, he was winning.
Right. So then what happened ever. And that's why there's such a vast difference between the first Gustafsson fight and the second. Mm-hmm. The second one, John's like, you think I'm going to really get in there with you again?
Yeah.
You idiot. I'm just going to kick your legs and take you down.
Anthony Smith, the few moments that John wasn't able to keep him out of range, there was a really hard right hook that went right over his head. And it was, if that would have connected, new light heavyweight champion.
Do you, is John Jones is a dirty fighter, right? Can everyone agree?
Yeah.
That knee, and even before that, did you see the attempted kick?
Yeah.
Jesus.
I was like, Herb, what the hell
is he doing? Didn't even talk about it. He didn't warn him.
Yeah.
And then when he got the knee, I was low-key thinking, I was like, how mad would everyone be if Anthony was just like, fuck it.
Yeah.
I can't go on. Just new light heavyweight champion. That'd be fun, but...
Yeah. That's not Anthony, though.
No, that's not any UFC fighter. I think, Josh Koscheck. That's Josh Koscheck. That's literally it. Because any UFC fighter, unless they could physically not stand up, they will fight. Because
Brian Ortega is a good example.
Oh, my God. Dude, anyone. Like, why... I don't know. And you don't want to be champion like that.
Yeah.
Like, DC had a somewhat justified championship win, and even he got crucified for years. Everyone's saying, you're not legit, blah, blah, blah. He's legit. He's as legit as they come now. But winning that way wouldn't be good for anyone, I don't think.
Yeah.
But...
Yeah, when he hit the knee, I was thinking, if Anthony decides to not continue... He's the new champion.
Right.
And there's nothing John can do about it.
But he put himself there.
Yeah.
Like he said he was having flashbacks of the Hamill fight. Mm-hmm. Did you see that quote?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, because you do a lot of illegal shit in the ring.
Yeah.
And that's not, and I don't even think that necessarily is taking anything away from his skill level. I just think that it's annoying that someone so great can do that. And a month ago, we were crucifying Greg Hardy, and we were like, what kind of amateur throws a knee like that?
Mm-hmm. Pretty much the same thing.
Pretty much John Jones throws knees like that.
Although
It was a little
The
bit
knee
different.
was way harder from Hardy.
Yeah,
The guy
I would
couldn't
agree.
Actually, he got.
I would agree.
Dropped.
Yeah.
And Anthony Smith very clearly didn't. He was like, "Ow," but I'm fine.
Yeah, right. But the fight was already over at that point. Was that 4th round?
Yeah, I believe so.
So the fight was already decided. I think every round was John Jones.
Yeah, it was
Which
50-44.
Yeah.
Which is kind of funny because wait, it was 48-44. I was like, okay, John won that first round, but maybe, just maybe, the judges suck, and they give Anthony that round. If he wins in the next round,
who knows? Yeah, no, that didn't happen.
but I was like,
it was
what's
fine.
going on?
Yeah, I think it was a really good card. I really liked it. It was through and through, no injuries.
Oh yeah, and the everything went according.
Everything went according to plan.
That's so rare.
Yeah, it was really nice to not. And that card was so stacked that even if one of the preliminaries got canceled, I'd be pretty bummed.
Yeah.
If Zabit Stevens wouldn't have happened, I would have been mad. Like, there were a lot of fights that could have gone wrong that didn't, and I'm very grateful for it. So, overall, I love the card. I think it was great. I think you were saying that everyone you wanted to win lost.
Yeah,
Is that
so
correct?
I'm just gonna Diego Sanchez. I wanted him to win.
There we go.
Johnny Walker. I didn't really know anything about him before the fight. I wanted Stevens to win. I wanted Gebhardt to win. I wanted Zhang to win as soon as I saw the fight start. Lawler, Woodley, Smith. But my actual predictions, I was right or I was wrong about Cody. I don't remember what I said about Torres. I probably thought that Torres was going to win.
I don't remember what we said about that one, but I remember we predicted.
Maybe we just glossed over it.
Yep.
I thought Ben Askren was going to win.
Yep.
And I also thought that John Jones was going to win.
I think as far as prediction goes, we got Garbrandt wrong. I don't remember about the Torres Zhang fight.
Wrong.
We got Woodley wrong. Ben Askren
right.
Yeah, I knew he was going to win, man. Zabit's my man. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, but I mean, we'll probably do better on the next card. This card was very surprising in a lot of aspects.
That sort of stuff doesn't happen very often.
No, the fights that I thought were going to be extremely exciting ended up being not as exciting, and the fights that I didn't expect much from became the best fights. I didn't expect a ton from the Cody Garbrandt fight. I thought it was just going to be kind of like either a 3-round beatdown or a first-round knockout on Cody's part. Ended up being the opposite, which was surprising. Ben Askren, I expected him to control the entire fight and eventually just get a decision. Ended up being a first-round submission, and it was very hard fought. And, I mean, John Jones, while the fight was exciting to watch, it wasn't exactly like anything to marvel at.
It was one of the most depressing fights.
Yeah, it was a standard John Jones fight where he outclasses everyone and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like
just
draw 4.
And every minute that passed,
The hope
chances of Anthony catching
got smaller
him,
and smaller until the championship rounds. You're like, I was done with that. I was like, all
the
right.
last minute, though, I was like, come on, Anthony.
You got it.
You only need 10 seconds.
Yeah. I don't know.
But
there were, I don't know. Anthony seemed so confident going into that fight that I almost believed him. I was like, oh, no way. He has the formula.
Yeah, I thought he might win.
He knows what it takes.
I thought he was going to just rush in.
Yeah.
Catch him.
I don't know. Looking back, that might have been smart, but also, who knows?
Well, we also said John Jones, most likely.
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we said 99.7% chance John Jones.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what happened. Probability 1 in this case.
Yeah.
Congratulations. We're somehow let down that the person that we gave 0.03% chance to win lost. We're disappointed.
Oh, that's funny. So, with that wrapped up, any closing statements?
I'm going to give it an 8.8 out of 10.
Okay, an 8 out of 10. Yeah,
it was a good card. One of the best cards I've seen in a while. I don't know what a 10 is. A 10 would have to be pretty.
Me, 229 was pretty close to it.
10? That was a really good card. I'd give that like a 9.5.
226 was good for me, except for the elephant in the room. The elephants in the room. Francis and Derek.
Yeah. That shit sucked.
Yeah.
That was a really bad fight.
That was a good segue, because speaking of Derek, Derek Lewis versus Junior Dos Santos
Yes. Fight
next
night.
week.
Mm-hmm. Where is that?
That is, Kansas.
Oh,
Wichita,
nice.
Kansas.
Good for him. He made it to the big time. Wichita.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Derek Lewis.
What? Who
you got?
wins? Derek Lewis.
Derek Lewis. Okay,
Yeah. I just think I was talking about this with someone today. I think that while JDS has the better boxing fundamentals, the power that Derek puts up, I don't think any heavyweights head movement and footwork is really good enough to not get clipped at least once. And I think JDS's chin has been very much deteriorated.
And here's the thing. Other than Roy Nelson, I really can't think of a person who's been able to take a clean shot from Derek. Roy Nelson took a bomb.
Yeah,
and
he
knocked
did.
out his tooth.
Yep.
But
I'm trying to think. Not a lot of people. You saw what it did to Volkov.
God.
A
tired Derek.
Drained. Right, exactly. And then, I don't know.
I mean, to be fair, you can burst even when you're really tired.
Right.
At the thought of winning.
Yeah.
Dump,
right. I think
you're still tired.
I hope Lewis gets it. The heavyweight division is so hard to predict because they have such heavy hands.
Yeah.
That anything can happen. But, I mean, you really never know. I can see it going any which way. I hope Derek wins. I think, he's an exciting heavyweight. And I think JDS is on his way out. So maybe this would be a retirement fight for him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, who else is on that card? Is there anyone else of note?
Yes.
Okay.
Ben Rothwell.
Really? Good Lord. Not Ben Rothwell.
Dude, he's going to win. Only politics can stop him.
No one on earth can stop him, and only politics can slow him. Dude, who is he going against?
Blagoy Ivanov.
Oh, nice. I'll go Ben Rothwell.
He's pick the other guy.
He's funny.
So
I think Lewis JDS ends in a round one knockout.
Yeah, I'd say that's the safest bet.
Either way, I think Lewis, but could JDS get a round one knockout? He's done it before. Yeah. Could he do it on Derek?
Knocked out one of the greatest heavyweights.
But I don't think Kane can be known for his insane chin anymore.
No.
A clean shot can put Kane out.
I mean, Francis Ngannou can knock anybody out.
Yeah, that's
pretty much.
I mean, yeah, it's two very heavy hitters, but at the same time,
you know what I was thinking about today? So with Usman winning the title, the welterweight division is kind of in
disarray.
Kind of, yeah. You still have Wonder Boy.
Yeah.
You still have Wonder Boy. Just waiting.
And you're just like, eh. Well, he's fighting Pettis.
Yeah, I know, but
I like that.
He wins. He's that's a title.
He's a contender. There's so many contenders. They've made way too many of them.
Colby, Tyron, Till, kind of, with a win against Masvidal. Yeah.
I can see that.
RDA with a win and then another win.
I don't know if they want RDA back. With 2 wins, yeah, but there's a lot.
2 good wins.
2 good wins, top 10, top 5.
And Ben Askren.
Yeah, they're very I don't know, man. They might be more stacked than middleweight. Welterweight is so.
But think about this: middleweight, Whitaker, Romero, Rockhold. I mean, let's be real. Rockhold.
He's 210. Isn't he 205 now?
I think so. They might do him. Rockhold Smith would be good.
Oh, yeah, that's the fight to make. I fucking hate Luke Rockhold.
Hey, you want to know how
I hate him so much. I hope he gets knocked.
You want to know how it's going to go?
Out. Yeah.
He's going to get knocked
first
out
man to get murdered in the cage.
That'd be a good rebound fight for Smith.
Yeah.
Rockhold, former champion.
But he's also
proof that
he's scary as shit. He really is. I think Rockhold's scary, but his chin is very weak. And Smith's is not. Like he is
take it.
Yeah, and you can't Rockhold. I hope you hear this. He won't.
He could kill both of us.
Yeah.
Although I don't know, I feel like I could just blow on his chin and he'd fall over.
Just die.
Yeah.
I don't know. No disrespect, but all disrespect. Fuck Luke Rockhold.
Damn.
The last episode, we talked about Nate Diaz being a pussy.
And
Luke Rockhold is
just the
bitch.
biggest douche.
Yeah.
And the problem, if he just committed to the role, I'd be fine with it.
Yeah, if he was like it, but
he tries to act like he's the hero.
He tries to act like he's like the samurai.
Yeah.
No, dude,
He's the hero of his own destiny.
You're like the dumb d-bag, but that's fun. Like Cody's that too, but I love Cody.
Yeah.
Because he's so ignorant to it.
Yeah.
You act the way you do. I don't know, but Luke Rockhold's like super. I think he's like actually unintelligent as well. There's like 10-minute clips of him just doing. Like, have you seen the one where he's sitting next to Nate Diaz at like a fight, and they're like both like ringside, and Nate Diaz starts throwing up his West Side Gang signs, and then Luke Rockhold just like puts up his hands, and this dude, and he's like, he's rubbing his hands together. It's like it's so awkward. Like
he's like, should I try to act cool?
Should I act cool
Normal?
or be myself? I'm gonna pick act cool. Rub hands together like you just like put some lotion.
All you dude, it's so simple. As a fighter, camera comes, put up your fist.
Literally, it's
like,
yeah. But then,
it.
like, if you're Nate Diaz, it's different because that's just who you are. That's you're not being
if you're Nate
unauthentic.
Diaz, flip off the camera, do whatever you want.
But if you're like a fighter and you're like caught in that position, you don't know what to do. It's one fist up.
One fist.
One fist. Show him the knucks. Show him the knucks.
Yeah.
But you don't like.
You don't.
I don't know where Luke Rockhold's from, but I'm guessing it's not a super like gang infested town where he was like actually in a gang.
You know what? I'm gonna say
feels
Oregon.
like Ohio.
Oregon.
I'm gonna say Ohio.
Santa Cruz, California.
Oh, sorry, Luke Rockhold.
You handsome asshole. He's good looking.
He's a really good looking guy and he's ripped, but at the same time.
If I was a girl, I wouldn't do anything with you, with Luke Rockhold.
I would kiss your chin and knock you out. I would rather have Yoel Romero, if we're being honest. What's top 5 most attractive UFC fighters?
Ooh, getting a little gay here.
Yeah, it's fine. The people want to know.
Okay, I'd say Rockhold.
He's number 1. He's a champ. For good looking.
No, I'm just saying.
In no specific order.
Romero?
Yeah, dude. Just based.
Brian Ortega.
I would agree. I thought that was going to be my dark horse. Halle Berry posted a picture of Brian Ortega and said, "Man, crush Monday."
Yeah.
Halle Berry's like 50.
I'm just gonna put something out there. I don't know. Tony Ferguson.
Tony Ferguson's top 5 ugliest. He might be the champ.
He's weird looking, but I love him.
He was like a chupacabra. Like that guy.
But it helps. It literally.
Oh, it's scary. When he's
helps.
covered in blood, you're like, oh my God, that guy looks like a nightmare.
Yeah. When Luke Rockhold gets covered in blood, it's not going to
He just looks like someone out of like a Brad Pitt movie.
But when Tony Ferguson
is covered in blood,
that's
nightmare fuel.
Yeah.
He's scary.
It's literally going to lower your resolve.
Yeah, it's going to be like, oh my God, this guy loves it.
When
he smiles, it's like, oh, Jesus. I think he is satisfied sexually by just getting the shit rocked.
He's a masochist.
I think he likes it.
Dude, I was watching 229 with my family, and it was bloody.
It was a really bloody fight.
But when he was smiling...
Before round 2?
Or, no, when he was... After Pettis was, they stood them up and then like wiped the blood and everything. People are being loud.
So bad.
And he was kind of bobbing back and forth.
Yeah, I know the moment you're talking about.
Everybody was like, "What the hell?"
It was really scary. Normal. It was not good. But
Connor's handsome.
Oh, yeah.
Dustin's
a good-looking guy. Him, too.
Salon quality Dustin.
Yeah.
Like Kevin Lee, honestly.
He's a good-looking guy, too. There's a lot of good-looking guys in the UFC. I think Cody Garbrandt.
Lose the tattoos, though, on the
Yeah, right?
I feel like...
Connor would be... I think he'd be more... I don't know. I like the tattoos on Connor. It's pretty abrasive. It's a gorilla eating a heart, but...
Woodley?
It's fitting. He's a good-looking guy.
Plus, he's just so jacked.
I think when you become that jacked, you just become better looking by default.
Yeah.
Like even your face has to improve. Like
Chris Weidman, he's a pretty average looking, like pretty good looking dude.
I'm trying to think. Like what's a
Johnny Walker.
Who's top 5 ugliest?
Top 5 ugliest?
Tony Ferguson is undisputed.
Probably number 1.
Undisputed champion.
Jose Aldo isn't the biggest.
Ben Rothwell? Because he's got big titties. Is Ben Askren ugly?
Yeah.
He kind of looks like a little troll.
He is.
He is a little troll.
Cain Velasquez?
Yeah. I don't have anything. I don't have anything against
It's
his
not,
face.
terrible, but
No, but like.
okay, here's where we're gonna get a little dicey. We're gonna do women's, prettiest, and then ugliest.
Okay. Oh, I don't want to do this. Let's just do top 2 of each.
Okay.
Here's a very weird one. I think Joanna Jędrzejczyk is very pretty.
Yeah, I'd say so too.
Like top 2.
And then Paige, Rachel Osovich. You know,
obvious contenders.
Obvious
contenders.
Wei Li Zhang.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never really like watched any of her like press conferences or anything.
Yeah.
Sorry. I mean, okay, let's be clear. In a fight, everyone is ugly.
Except for Karolina Kowalkiewicz.
And Anderson Silva. He looks like a seal.
And Chris Cyborg. Chris Cyborg is number 1 ugliest.
You think so?
Yeah. Her and
but I love Chris Cyborg. She's really funny.
Oh, we can't forget Michelle Watterson.
There's a lot of good look. I think, again, when you get to that peak fitness level, you just become attractive.
Yeah.
It's almost by default.
Shevchenko's sister, Antonia.
Cutie.
And hot take, Amanda Nunes.
I would agree.
In certain time periods, she looks okay. And she
I just want to hang out.
Nice.
Exactly. I would play video games with Amanda Nunes.
The personality that helps.
Rose Namajunas is beautiful.
I hate Rose.
I know. I don't know why.
Because she took so long to defend, and she got 0 flack for it.
Because she's the GOAT. No, I'm kidding.
I was like, wait, what?
She's the GOAT.
Oh.
She's a GOAT UFC fighter named Rose.
Okay, here we kind of already discussed all of our topics, so I'm just going to keep rolling with this.
All right.
Who has the pound for pound most heart?
Most heart.
Just not necessarily have to have.
Probably Frankie Edgar.
Tony.
Tony, yeah.
Anthony Smith.
Yep.
Trying to think.
Mark Hunt.
Yeah.
He's heart.
Brian.
Whitaker.
Oh my god.
Whitaker.
Yeah.
He's top 3. Who's top 5 least heart?
No, I'd say number 1, Raquel Pennington.
You think that's the least or the most?
Released.
Really?
She just, I don't think she has it in her.
I mean, yeah. Yeah.
You sound mean, but.
Josh Koscheck. He has some of the least heart as a human.
Connor. Least.
I hate to say it. I hate to say it. You hate to see it, but
let's be real.
Here's a hot take. He is not good when faced with extreme conflict.
Yeah.
Robbie Lawler has heart.
Oh yeah. How did we
forget?
Rory McDonald.
I was gonna say that.
Carlos Condit.
Yeah.
What are we thinking?
GSP.
Here? Nate Diaz.
Nate Diaz. Yeah. Nick Diaz. Yeah.
Darren Till.
Anderson Silva. I think Anderson Silva by default, just because of the first fight with Chael, he had been getting the shit beat out of him for 5 rounds,
for 22
and he's
minutes.
like, "All right,
guess what?
Like triangle time." Like, yeah, he is hard. You have to have a large amount of heart to be in the UFC in the first place.
Yeah.
But out of the Olympics, they're still the slowest sprinter.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
It's you have less than the average in your work field.
You know what's crazy?
Huh.
Demetrius Johnson, he had heart. He never had to really show it.
No. Same with Ben Askren. I think Ben Askren has heart. And my bad.
It's all good.
And I think also he is extremely resilient and very tough.
He's going to get chin though. You can't keep doing that.
I don't
keep doing that.
But I don't know what to say, cuz congratulations, you're probably top 4 welterweights now, right?
But also you kind of got your ass beat.
But also,
sorry, not kind of. You got your ass beat.
Also, where does that leave you to improve your boxing defense? You don't have time anymore.
You scraped by.
That's like me if they're like, "All right, Dom, you're
fighting in 4 months."
Exactly.
You can improve.
You can say Oh man.
But you're never all these guys.
If you put an amateur boxer against Canelo or like Triple G and you can't. The hands just aren't there.
Yeah.
And Askren's hands are not there.
Yeah. Went for a takedown in the first 4 seconds.
I think
even Habib.
I think it's
Conor McGregor
had
waited
hands.
25 seconds or something.
But I think Askren displays the biggest deficit in a skill.
Yeah.
I think his hands are terrible.
Dude,
terrible.
Can you imagine if they had him fight Adesanya?
So
my
bad.
God.
Yeah, I don't it's really scary and really concerning, especially when you get to the higher ranks of the welterweight. They all have hands and they all can wrestle.
Yeah.
So it's Kamaru Usman, Ben Askren would not be a good look. I don't think that'd be a fun fight.
No. And for a while, people were thinking, the only person that could beat Woodley is Askren. And the entire time, I've been saying Woodley would murder.
Yeah.
He'd be the first in octagon death.
Yeah. His hands are truly awful. Truly awful. I think his inability to box is
gonna hold him back.
Yeah, and I think it's somewhat similar to Ngannou's inability to wrestle.
Yeah.
Where it's they're just starting too late. They're too far in the game to be okay, let me work on this bottom up.
Yeah, but also he's knocked out Curtis Blades, a very good wrestler, twice. Knocked out
Kane, one of the greatest heavyweight wrestlers.
And for the first round, he was stopping
Stipe. Yeah,
a little bit at least.
I think.
And he almost, let's be real, he almost beat Stipe.
Yeah.
He connects a little bit better with one of those punches, and it's over.
I think with Tyron kind of getting, with Tyron losing, I think that does open up the possibilities because now both Tyron and Woodley are contenders.
You just said, and Tyron and Woodley.
I mean, both Tyron and Ben are contenders.
Yeah.
But that's also going to cause a lot of conflict.
Yeah.
Because, once they both get up to that place, it's where do we go from here, guys?
Yeah.
You guys won't fight each other, so...
Can you see Ben Askren being champion?
It depends on who's champion when he tries to take it. I can...
Could you see... Okay, let's change it. Can you see him being champion and defending it more than twice?
No.
Because I feel...
Out of 3 fights, you're going to get... There's going to be one...
wrestler in welterweight.
Yeah, there's going to be at least one fight where just your takedowns get stuffed and you get starched.
Because
out of those,
everybody that you're
if a number 6, if an old Robbie Lawler can almost knock you out, you think that these young guys like Kamaru can't, and then even Darren Till, his hands are ridiculous.
Yeah, if you can take him down in time, you'll
yeah, but if you can get through the flurry of punches to the side of the
Darren
head,
is so accurate.
Yeah,
it's weird.
Something about European strikers. They have the pinpoint precision.
Did you see his little promo on his Instagram? He said it's this really dramatic, cheesy thing. 2019, the year. Why am I doing Connor? I can't even.
His is Welsh. I don't know how to do it. Year of the Gorilla. I hope so. I would love to see that, but I don't.
Could Darren Till be champion? There was a hype train.
No, I don't think so. I think maybe
him versus Adesanya,
or him versus Whitaker, just 2 big boys.
Oh man,
I want to see that.
He could fit in right into middleweight.
Yeah, it's
him versus Adesanya.
That's why welterweight just isn't smart for Darren Till because the skill level of wrestling seems to be emphasized there more than any other division almost.
Yeah, featherweight seems like a striking.
Yeah,
that's a really interesting.
Isn't that weird?
Flyweight is kind of a mix.
Yeah.
Bantamweight, striking.
Striking for sure.
Flyweight, striking. Lightweight,
mostly striking.
But lately,
wrestling.
But mix.
Right.
Welterweight, wrestling.
Middleweight, striking. Light heavyweight.
Mixed.
Yeah, mixed. And then heavyweight, striking.
Yeah.
So, but I think that's just going to be a pattern. The more fighters that we see, I think the people that are going to be rising to the top are going to be wrestlers. It's what do you do when you're on the ground? You can't knock someone out with a right hook when you're on your ass.
Yeah, but if you can prevent from getting
exactly, yeah.
Prevent them from taking.
I think as wrestling evolves in the sport, your striking is gonna have to evolve.
Adesanya, honestly, if he went down to welterweight, got better takedown defense, he could do some damage, man. he could do legit damage.
I think.
Down there.
Yeah, if he
just needs to avoid if he can't get taken down and he can avoid the clinch.
But the
he would massacre people.
The wrestling level is so high.
Yeah,
it's so high. It's like very.
Oh, we'll talk about this more in some upcoming podcasts.
Yeah.
But we have 4 fight nights before 236.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that crazy?
That is kind of crazy. When is 236?
April
13th. That's a long time.
Yeah, that's disappointing.
And that's going to be a good card, though. I'll wait.
Yeah.
Is that Gastelum Adesanya? Oh, my God. Yeah, that's going to be
Gastelum Adesanya.
That's going to be a really good card.
OSP Krylov.
Okay.
Eric Anders. Khalil Roundtree Jr. Montel Jackson. Versus Andre Sukumtop. Oh, you already know this. I hate Andre Sukumtop. He's so dumb.
I think you might have said in a previous episode he's like top 5 worst
fight IQs.
Yeah.
He broke
Sean O'Malley's leg.
Foot or
leg.
And he took him down. Dude, all you have to do is
you fucking idiot. Stand up. Don't even stand him up. Don't even stand him up. Just stand up.
Yeah, even if the ref doesn't save him, you'll be able to piece him up.
He couldn't have stood up. His leg was shattered. How do you stand up?
I know, but what were you doing, man?
You idiot.
Dude, these are some good cards. Or some good,
fights?
Honestly, they probably should have combined a few of these fight nights.
Right.
Past Derek
I'd
Lewis,
be okay with...
not a whole lot.
I would be okay with, like, them just being like, what?
I forgot that fight was happening.
What?
Volkan Ozdemir versus Dominic Reyes.
I didn't know that fight was happening.
That's sad.
When is that?
That's the fight night after Lewis.
Oh,
Santos.
all right.
Till Masvidal.
Oh.
Leon Edwards, Gunnar Nelson. This one's definitely much more.
That's a lot more heavy, yeah. I'm excited for that now.
Then you got Thompson Pettis.
Yep.
Curtis Blades versus Justin Willis.
I'll watch it.
Oh, Justin Willis. He's an exciting up-and-comer.
Really?
His right hand is so good.
I'm excited.
If I'm thinking of the right guy.
You probably are.
I was watching him against some other guy with my dad. And
it was like...
we were both just like...
I'm excited. I don't know. I think in conclusion, 235 was a great card. Danny, happy, morally disappointed.
That was such a sad card.
It was. It was like the Titanic. It was like really fun to watch.
That's also kind of the beauty of MMA.
Right.
The fighters that are supposed to win
don't win often.
And sometimes you can root for everybody, and it's not like football where you can, if you lose the first half, you're fine. If you lose in MMA, you can get dropped and you're done.
Yep.
You don't have.
The only person who has higher than like an 80% win rate in any fight is John Jones. I think in any other matchup, obvious, like any other practical matchup, like I wouldn't give Adesanya Gastelum. I wouldn't give Adesanya any more than an 80% chance to win. I think that fight's 60-40.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it's 80-20.
80-20?
75.
Who knows, man? Adesanya's chin hasn't got tested. And if there's anyone who's going to test it, it's Kelvin.
It's Romero.
If there's anyone who's going to test it, it's Whitaker. I don't know. But
if there's anybody who's going to have their chin tested, it's Whitaker.
It's Whitaker. That guy just eats.
And then we got Barboza Gaethje.
Yes.
And on top of that,
I'm not even mad that 236 is so far away.
Watterson,
this is going to be a good month.
Yeah, they should have combined.
This is gonna be a good. They should have combined all of them.
Ridiculous. No, but combine two of them.
Yeah.
Combine 2 into 1.
Yeah.
Combine the other 2 into 1. Then you would have a superstar fight night. And then 236. Oh man. And then you got Volkov Overeem.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh man.
Overeem.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Volkov's got it. Volkov used to be a dark horse for the heavyweight title.
Yeah.
Like, Overeem is old.
Ooh, that's a... Oh,
what?
No. Yeah, we can't really... That is a very interesting... She looks Like, oh, she's on crack.
Sometimes you got to. Maybe it's on purpose. It's like the Tony Ferguson effect. I think if you look scary, you are more likely to win. Yeah. And if you look better, you're more likely to lose. Luke Rockhold. Khabib's pretty ugly.
Yoel Romero.
Khabib,
He's been losing lately.
Yeah, that's so weird. Is Khabib ugly? I just don't like his hairline.
Whoa, does Yoel Romero have a fight scheduled?
Yeah, against Paulo Costa.
That got canceled, though.
No. When? Wait, I knew this.
Because Romero was supposed to fight him at 2:30.
Yep.
That got canceled.
Then was it
However,
2:35? Or
Wait, the bout has been rescheduled and is supposed to take place April 27th,
USPN.
UFC on ESPN 3. Okay, so that's
You would think that they would put that on a pay-per-view.
You would think.
That's a
that is
smart. It's a decent
before
fight,
the
but
co-main.
Yoel's a name.
Yeah.
I think. I love Yoel Romero. Anything to do with Yoel. Yoel could be fighting my mom, and I would watch it. I would be in my mom's corner.
You'd be like, go mom, but also you're going to die.
Go mom, but also I need you
You're
to Venmo me $11,000 for your funeral.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't got anything left.
There was something. Oh, crap. There was something I really wanted to talk about.
Oh, man. What was it?
So,
Okay.
should Wonder Boy beat Pettis, which
Yes.
I think that's a fair assumption. I'd
Probably.
say pretty good. He's probably the betting favorite.
Yeah.
Should be.
He definitely is.
Should probably be like minus 170, something
Something like that. Yeah.
Something fair.
Yeah. I think it's reasonable. It's a reasonable odds.
What does that put him at? Does he jump down to lightweight?
I don't know.
Could
Can
make
he?
lightweight?
How tall is he? He could go up to middleweight, right? I don't know. I just don't think it's very likely he becomes champion anywhere else.
He's 36 too. I didn't think he was that old. He's 6 foot, by the way.
6 foot? Eh.
Stephen
I
Thompson.
mean, you can do it if you all can do it.
Odds. The odds are currently at. God damn!
What?
Minus 375 for Wonder Boy.
That's disrespectful
to Pettis, man.
Now I hope Pettis absolutely starches Wonder
now,
Boy.
Don't be saying that.
I'm betting $200 on Pettis. Wait, what is the odds? What are
minus 375 plus 285. So
I'd win a decent amount of dough.
Yeah. Oh man.
That's
I mean
rough.
Yeah, I think if anything,
Pettis performed well against Tony Ferguson.
Yeah.
Now you're saying he's gonna get washed by Wonder Boy? Don't give me that.
Which I think is fair. I think
it's
Boy
fair
is
to
gonna beat him.
Probably, but
pretty not.
I don't know. We'll see. My money's on Pettis now.
Is it really?
I feel like he's gonna be so mad he's gonna win. I don't give Wonder Boy more than 80% chance likelihood.
Yeah. If Kamaru Usman is fighting, do you only give him 30% chance to win?
If he's fighting, Wonder Boy?
No. Do you not know the meme there?
Oh yeah.
The Usman.
Yeah, he only uses 30%.
It was 30%.
He really did use 100% in that championship fight.
Oh man.
That was sad.
He fought. That was against Damian Maia, I believe.
Yeah.
And then there was RDA. That RDA fight wasn't too long ago.
No, it wasn't
in
bad.
November. That was a quick turnaround.
Yeah. We'll
Especially
see.
to go from RDA to, I don't know, the second best welterweight of all time.
Yep.
But anyway, I think that's...
Oh, we're about to get kicked out of this room, probably, most likely. People came in here a while ago and told us they wanted us out. But it's fine.
What's our hot take going to be?
Oh, hot take?
I think I've got mine, which isn't really going to be controversial.
What? What is it?
Valentina Shevchenko, at this point, if the division does not fill up, will have the most wins out of any champion.
Ever?
She will take the record.
How many is she at right now?
Well, I mean, she just won it
Not long ago.
She just
Not
won,
long
she
ago.
won it against Joanna.
Yeah.
It was weird.
Right.
But she was already kind of like the champion. She was kind of like...
Damn, that is a kind of a hot take.
Yeah, I mean-
What's the number of defenses records? Is it 12? 11?
Mighty Mouse with 11.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of time, too. That's like 4 years.
Yeah. He had been the champion since 2012, I believe.
Yeah, we'll see.
He was the only
That's a hot
champion.
take. Yeah, right. There's only been two
TJ
flyweights.
tries to come along and be like,
Yeah,
I'm gonna be the
right.
third.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, have fun getting
Say
knocked
hello
out.
to Cejudo's
Right
fists,
and
his
foot.
feet, his butt.
You sound like Tito Ortiz. There's just a bunch of gas coming out of his ass. I'm not talking about his butt.
Dude,
Tito Ortiz.
Tito Ortiz is funny.
Yeah.
But he's stupid. All right, well, I mean, if you're still here.
Do you have a hot take?
Oh, yeah. I have,
It always helps when I'm trying to think of a hot take. I always just look at the rankings. Ooh.
ooh, wait. Oh.
Can you believe that John Jones is not ranked at pound for pound number 1?
John Jones should be number 1.
As
That's
much as
my
it-
hot take. John Jones is light years ahead of anyone.
Yeah, but also
Except heavyweight DC.
DC. I don't know. I think it's... Should they be tied for 1?
Possibly. I think... I don't think Henry Cejudo ever defends his flyweight belt again.
Really?
Yep. I think he's going to come to a contract with the UFC where he gets that fight against TJ and they're going to kill the flyweight division. That's my hot take. I just don't think there's another flyweight championship defense.
Here, quick question. I'll try and make this quick. I know you got some stuff to do.
Oh, yeah.
Has there ever been a time where a division has been behind their champion more than Henry Cejudo? Henry Cejudo versus TJ. Has a division ever been behind their champion more?
No.
I can't.
They can't.
They were literally thinking, my job is on the line. Kick his ass.
Exactly. Like that. No, there's never even been one half as important.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Henry Cejudo's big, but I think he's going to sell out. Dana's going to offer him the like superstar money and be like, come up to 135. You can get this money.
Mm-hmm.
Forget about flyweight. Yeah. It doesn't matter. Because look at that too. I don't think there's anyone on the list of flyweight contenders who stands a chance.
I think Benavidez beat him once.
Yeah, but
Henry beat him the second time.
That's which is
a reoccurring trend for Henry.
Still salty about it?
I've accepted
defeat.
The 5 stages of grief. When I first saw it, denial, bargaining,
I don't know,
anger, depression,
exception.
Now I'm acceptance, and now
exception.
Exception.
I said exception.
Now that it's over, I can actually like Henry.
Yeah, I like him too. I like him for beating TJ Dillashaw.
Yeah, that definitely made me.
But I mean, if you're still here, we've been going on for a while. We appreciate it. This was a good one. It felt good. There weren't any technical difficulties.
Your voice is sounding a little raspy.
There weren't any technical No, there weren't any technical difficulties as far as I can tell.
Yeah.
If there was, I'm sorry. But thank you for staying with us. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week on the 1-2 podcast. I'm Dom.
Danny.